Catch up with a group that ripped off Medicare for millions of dollars. It turns out that kind of fraud is very common. Local 12 troubleshooter Howard Ain shows you how we could all end up paying the price.
It's one of the most common types of healthcare fraud. You get a procedure done, but the doctor, clinic, or company bills for a more expensive procedure. It's driving up the cost of healthcare for all of us.
A very complicated, complex procedure is billed to Medicare to generate a higher payment to the provider.
A growing problem as more and more people live longer and are on Medicare.
And what that ultimately does is it raises medical costs for everyone. In essence, every single person in this country is a victim of this crime.
The story begins with Donald and Shirley Blaine, a husband and wife duo who formed a company called Respa-Test.
They were claiming they were doing these very complicated sleep studies, which would require overnight monitoring of oxygen and heart rates and things like that by a doctor and a staff. Our investigation showed that procedures that were actually completed in the office were very simple procedures, low-cost procedures that might be billed to Medicare, say, for $3 or $5.
Postal inspectors say the Blaines would charge Medicare close to $500.
Everyone's premiums, everyone's costs, everyone's insurance costs, medical costs go up as a result of fraud like this.
Some advice from postal inspectors: keep a close eye on your medical and insurance bills.
If you go to the doctor for a relatively simple procedure and you see something that appears to be much more complicated billed, or on your explanation of benefits it seems to you to be much higher priced than what you think it should have been billed at, you may need to actually call the insurance company.
The Blaines eventually pleaded guilty prior to their trial. They were sentenced in order to pay $5 million restitution. Howard Ain, Local 12 troubleshooter.